Good morning and welcome to Sara's Texture Crafts. Today I'm going to be showing you how to roll a felt ball. I'm going to be using merino for this particular tutorial simply because it's easy to start with for beginners and because it's a high quality fibre that felts very quickly and easily. How to start is to take your fibre. I've got a set length here of 10 centimetres. You gently tease the fibre apart slightly. Not completely apart, like so, otherwise you may get problems in the felting process with cracks along the edges and the surface of the ball. So simply tease those apart slightly. Then take some hand soap or some fairy liquid and squirt a little bit in your left hand, keeping the fibre on the top of your left hand. Take your right hand and with your fingers just take a little bit of that soap and add it to the surface of the fibres like so. Now you want to turn on your hot tap, leave it going slightly to warm up, and turn on your cold tap as well. You then move the fibre to the tap and gently douse it under the hot water. This is when you can start to roll. Simply make a sort of a ball shape in your hand and then begin to roll it over the soap that was in the palm of your left hand. The motion I'm using will begin to make us a ball shape. You'll find at the very beginning that the soap will lava up and it will stop the fibre from actually rolling, and it will sort of slide across your hand like so in this disc shape. This is when you need to rinse it under the hottest water from your tap and begin to roll again. As you roll, you'll feel the fibres working and beginning to felt. As they're doing this, they're shrinking slightly and it's allowing you to actually begin to roll the ball into a proper spherical shape rather than a disc. You need to keep rinsing at this stage. You need to get rid of the amount of soap that you've been using because it started to do its job at the very beginning. Now it's the fibre's turn to really begin to felt. So keep rolling. You're applying soft pressure at this stage and you're noticing that already the wool fibre is shrinking and becoming a ball shape. Continue to rinse under the hot tap. It's very important to rinse both hands so that you haven't got too much soap on your hands, because the less soap, the more grip your skin will have against the wool. As you continue to roll, after rinsing several times, you'll notice the ball shape is really starting to take form, and it also feels quite hard within your hands, much firmer than it did as a loose fibre. This is when you can apply a little bit more pressure and speed in your rolling. What you're doing now is not only allowing the fibres to shrink further and to felt together more tightly, but you're also eliminating the excess water that is inside the fibres, and also squeezing out the soap. So you continue to roll and continue to rinse under the hot tap. Now when you get to a stage where the ball is almost there, you want to start adding cold water to your rolling process. By adding cold water, you're shocking the wool into shrinking further. This allows you to apply more pressure and speed to your rolling technique. So to the hot tap, and then to the cold tap to shock and roll. You'll notice now that there's less soap coming out and that the ball begins to feel quite firm within your hands. Under the hot tap, under the cold tap, continue to roll. You'll notice now that I'm speeding up. This is because the ball is feeling quite firm within my hands and I'm under no worries that this ball will become misshaped. As you can see, it's really starting to firm up and it's probably shrunk to almost half of the original disc size. So to continue to rinse and continue to roll. And getting faster and firmer with your rolling technique allows for more solid and perfect shape ball. So we're probably nearly finished now. Take a final rinse under each tap, rinse of the hands, a quick roll, in fact almost like the final spin cycle of your washing machine, getting harder and faster on the ball rolling. And there you go, that's your ball. You'll notice using this technique that nearly every time you'll get quite a perfect shaped ball with no cracks in the surface. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial and it's inspired you to maybe create other shapes with your felt. Thank you for watching Sara's texture craft tutorial. Goodbye.